What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Generica, the owner of the Stoners Vault, and I am back with another video. And today we are talking about all of the things that you need to start your rolling tray business. This is all of the things for your startup business that you will need to run a successful business. And if this is something that you would like to see, stay tuned. All right, you guys, it's a lot of things that I have on this table. This is a very small table, so it was kind of hard to fit everything on this table. And I'm just going to try to make this video as fast as possible because I don't want to hold you guys up in this a long video. And I'm just going to go through everything that I have, everything that you will need, and in the description box I will try to link everything so you guys can go and purchase the things that you will need to start your rolling tray business. Okay, so we're going to start at the back because these things are what's in my way. So you are going to obviously need shipping boxes. I get these brown shipping boxes right here from Amazon. Not Amazon. I get these brown shipping boxes from Uline, and these are the 12 by 8 by 4. This is the perfect size box to fit a rolling tray, ashtray, lighter, grinder, a pipe, all those things into one package. This box is big enough to fit those things in. So these are the boxes that I personally use now, but when I first started my rolling tray business, I used to use these priority mail boxes. These are the free boxes from your local USPS. You can go to USPS.com and you can actually order these boxes on the website, and they will ship them to you for free. These are totally 100% free boxes. They are perfect for you know, when you're first starting off and you don't want to spend a lot of money. Even if you've been in business for a long time and you're not ready to start spending money on packaging, you can use these free priority USPS mailings boxes if you are going to mail through the post office. Okay, next we have bubble wrap. So you are going to need bubble wrap because you do need to wrap all of your orders up so you cannot send damaged products to your customers. That's a big no-no. So you will need bubble wrap. I get my bubble wrap from Walmart. You can buy bubble wrap from Office Depot, but Office Depot is a little bit more expensive, so I do get my smaller rolls of bubble wrap from Walmart, and my big industrial size one I get from Uline. Okay, next we have our epoxy. I use the East Coast resin. I get this from Amazon, and this is the best brand that I have found. It works really good for me. I know people use multiple brands. There are a lot of different brands of epoxy, but as of right now, the brand I use is East Coast resin, and this is from Amazon. I get the 2-gallon size because I go through epoxy really fast. So, and you can also get it in a 1-gallon size, or you can also get it in like the quart sizes and ounces and stuff like that. But like I said, I get the really big ones, the 2-gallon size from Amazon. And next you're going to need a sticky pad. So these are the sticky pads that I use. You don't have to have the sticky pads if you're not going to be using a cutting machine. So I use these green sticky pads by Cricut. I can also get like the off-brand ones. I think this is one of the off-brand ones that I use to put my vinyl on to cut on my machine. I will make another video kind of detailed of how I cut my images because I don't use scissors. I use my cutting machine, which I'm going to show y'all next. But you will need a sticky pad to put your vinyl and your printable vinyl on to cut out your images. Next we have one of my Cricut machines. I have two Cricut machines. This is a Cricut Explorer Air 2, and I also have a Cricut Maker, but I'm not going to bring that one over here because it is still hooked up and it's working right now. This one I unplugged, so I was able to bring this one over to the camera. So I use my Cricut machine to cut all of my images and to cut all of my vinyl that I use to put on my trays, my ashtrays, my lighters, everything where there's words. I print them on, I design them on my computer in Cricut Design Space, and I send it to this cutting machine, and it cuts the image out for me. So yes, you will need either a Cricut or a a silhouette, or scissors. If you don't want to spend money buying one of these machines, you can always just cut images out with scissors. So either way, so you got the cutting machine and you got scissors. Either way, get it done. Okay, so next we have our transfer paper. This is the sticky paper that I use to transfer my images and my letters to the actual tray. So when I cut the image out on the Cricut machine, I weed out the excess of vinyl, and then I place a piece of this sticky paper on top. I squeegee it off and I peel it. The image is on the sticky paper, and then I lay it on the tray and I lay it down and I peel it off, and the image or the letters are stuck. I know it's a little bit confusing if you're new to this to grasp what I'm telling y'all, but I am going to make a really more detailed video of how I make my rolling trays. The last one I made was kind of like a skim through. The next one that I make will actually show how I transfer images and how I actually transfer words to a tray. So that'll be another video that's coming soon as well. But yeah, so this is also something that you will need, which is transfer paper. Okay, so for everyone, this is what I use for coloring my trays. Some people use paint, some people use spray paint. There's so many different brands of spray paint that you can use, but I love Rust-Oleum. This is the only one that has worked for me, and I have tried so many different brands of spray paint, but this is what works best for me. It gives a smooth finish. It doesn't bleed. It doesn't bubble up. It doesn't leave drip marks and stuff like that. Also, because I have a really good technique for spray painting, so I probably can make another video showing y'all an easy technique to spray painting so y'all won't have drip marks, bubbles, and bleeding spots. So yeah, so I use Rust-Oleum brand spray paint. I get my Rust-Oleum brand spray paint from Walmart and from Home Depot. There may be another cheaper website I haven't found yet, so if you guys know anywhere else to get Rust-Oleum spray paint for cheap, let me know in the comments so I can get me some for cheaper. Okay, so you're also gonna need, this is Mod Podge Clear Acrylic Sealer. This is the sealer that I use to seal my images. So when you print an image out that you want to put on a tray, you're going to have to seal that image before you place it on a tray, because once you put the epoxy on top, it's going to bleed through. There are going to be wet spots, and the image is going to be ruined, and pretty much the tray is going to be ruined. So you are going to have to seal your images. There are different kinds of products that you can use to seal images, but me personally, I like to use the Mod Podge Clear Acrylic Spray. It works perfectly fine for me. It doesn't leave streak marks, and it doesn't mess the image up. This is what I use. This is what works for me. Okay, next you're going to need some disposable nitrile gloves. You need to wear gloves when handling epoxy, because epoxy is very toxic when it is not cured. Once it is cured, it is no longer toxic, but while it is not cured and you are mixing, it is toxic. You do not need to be rubbing your trays with your bare hands. Also, because of health reasons, like, you know, COVID is going on, and when you are working on orders for people, you need to wear gloves anyways, because you need to protect yourself and you need to protect your customers. So you need to get you some gloves. I get my gloves on Amazon. I use any brand. I don't care what brand it is, as long as it's nitrile rubber gloves. I use any kind of gloves. So that's something you're gonna need, is some handy dandy gloves. Okay, next you're going to need some masks. You can either use these disposable masks. You can pretty much find them everywhere now because of COVID. But I get these big bags of disposable masks on Amazon. You can use these to, you know, keep your face covered when you're spray painting and when you're working on rolling trays. Also, these aren't as effective as the real mask that we're supposed to use, which is like a head covering with the two pumps on the sides. I don't have that yet, so as of now, this is what works for me until I am able to get me one of those big masks with the two big pumps on them. But you are supposed to be wearing a mask when you're working with epoxy, because it is toxic and you can develop allergic reactions and things can happen to your lungs when you're using epoxy and you're breathing in those toxins. And that's another reason why you need to be in an open ventilated area when you're mixing epoxy and when you're using spray paint and stuff like that. So make sure you get you some masks. That is very important, like health, life or death. wear you a mask, period. And for so long I was not wearing a mask and I was using epoxy, so I probably have already gotten stuff in my lungs, but I got it now. I'm not going without them now. Hey y'all, so my camera went dead, so let's get back to it. I hope the lighting didn't change. I think it did. I think it changed a little bit the area where I'm sitting at, but anywho, let's just get to it. Let's finish up. Okay, so next you're going to need mixing cups. I have a couple different kinds of mixing cups that I use. So I get these mixing cups from Dollar Tree. I don't use the mixing cups that you can use for epoxy, the silicone ones and stuff like that, because when I have used them, it's so hard to clean to me. It's like you can't get the oil, the stickiness out of those silicone cups, and then once the epoxy dries, you gotta sit and peel it off. I ain't got time to be sitting trying to clean out those silicone cups over and over. So this big old thing of cups is $1 at Dollar Tree. So I just buy these disposable plastic cups and I use the rigids on the cups to measure the amount of epoxy that I use. You can get silicone cups if you want with the measurings on them. It works as well, but for me, I use these mixing cups from Dollar Tree. But these little small mixing cups, I do get these from Amazon, and these do actually have the measurements on them. I know you can't probably see them from back here because I am kind of far back, but these little bitty ones are what I use when I'm doing maybe a single tray or an ashtray or a lighter or something like that. I rarely use these because when I do mix epoxy, I mix in large batches because I have a lot of orders. But you know, if you're just doing maybe 1 or 2 trays, you can use some of these, and these are from Amazon as well. Okay, and speaking of mixing cups, you are going to need mixing sticks. There are many things you can use. You can use plastic knives, you can use popsicle sticks, you can use like the little wooden sticks, but these are what I use. I buy these big packs of popsicle sticks from Dollar Tree. These work perfectly fine for me. I just take a popsicle stick and I mix. These work perfectly fine, and you get 60 sticks for $1. So come on, really, I literally go in and I'll get maybe 5 packs of these and use those to mix up my epoxy. Next, you're going to need Mod Podge glue if you're going to do any type of trays that's going to have glitter. I do glitter trays, so if you are going to add glitter to your tray, you're going to need some type of glue to hold the glitter. And I use Mod Podge glue. I get these really big jugs from Michael's or from Amazon, and these work perfectly fine. I literally spray paint my tray, then I add my layer of glue, then I add my glitter, then I add a second layer of glitter if my tray is still a little bit transparent, because I like my trays to really be glittery. Like, I know there's people that mix their glitter in their epoxy and then pour it on a tray, but that it's a cool look. But when I do my glitter trays, sis, bro, my trays are gonna be thick glitter. That glitter is gonna shine bright like the sun. So I like to put my glitter on my tray the old-fashioned way with glue. I don't mix mine. I do mix my glitter with the epoxy if I just want like that little shimmer shine on top of an image, but like to glitter my entire tray, I use my glue. Speaking of Mod Podge, next on the list is going to be your glitter. So you're going to need glitter if you're going to do glitter trays, and the glitter that I use is by Recollections. I buy these really big jugs from Michael's. You can also get them on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure at any other craft store you can find glitter. I also use like these little square glitters from Walmart. You can start off with the small ones if you don't really know for sure if you want to get like a huge jug like this, but I get these really big jugs from Michael's. And I also mix glitters and I create different colors and different patterns and stuff like that. I am going to start selling glitter as well. They're going to be my personal mixes of glitter, different types that I want to use, that I use on my trays, that I love, that people want to see. They love like the different types of colors that they see in my glitters. So I am going to start selling glitters as well on TSPB Wholesale. TSPB Wholesale will have glitter as well, so y'all make sure y'all following TSPB Wholesale. That is going to be my wholesale website. You can follow me on Instagram at TSPB Wholesale, so you can, you know, get your products from me, your wholesale rolling trays, ashtrays, lighters, molds, all that good stuff. I will have all of this stuff available for all of you wonderful people that are starting rolling tray businesses. Next on the list, we have our labeler. This is the Rollo label This is what I use to print out my labels for my orders. There's so many different brands of label printers that you can use. You can actually use the Dyson, or even if you don't have a label printer, you can use your printer. All you gotta do is go on Amazon and get the label paper. They come two to a sheet, and when you put it through your printer, it'll print the address label on it, and you just peel it off the paper. So you don't necessarily have to have this, especially when you first starting off. But if you want to, this is the brand that I use. It's by Rollo. It's perfect. It works perfectly fine, especially when you have a lot of orders and you don't have time to sit and print on your printer. And you do use a lot of ink when you use your printer as well. But it's cool when you just starting off. But this is the one that I use. I love it so much. It works perfectly fine. I will link it below. Next we have our vinyl. So you can get vinyl pretty much anywhere. You can get them from t-shirt stores. You can get them on Amazon, Michaels, Joann Fabrics, any place that sell crafts, you can get vinyl. So this is the paper that I use when I do my images. So remember earlier when I was saying that there's a paper that I use that I put on the sticky pad and I put it through the cutter to cut out the letters that I put on my trays. This is the paper that I use. It's called 651 vinyl, and this vinyl is supposed to be permanent vinyl where you can put this on anything and it's supposed to stay forever. Now anything that you peel off will peel off, but we put epoxy on top of our stuff, so it doesn't matter if it's permanent or not, because once we put epoxy on it, it sticks either way. But this is the paper that I use, and it's by Scissor, Oracle Scissor. I think I'll link it down below, the brand and the website that I ordered, like the big bulks of it. Like if I just need a sheet, I'll get it from Michaels or something. But there's a website that I also use to get like the big bulk orders of paper when I know I need a lot of it, like black, white, red, and pink. Those four colors, I like to get the big old rolls of it so I don't have to keep going back to the store buying it over and over. Next on my list is going to be a weight. This is what you're going to use to weigh your packages before you ship them off. You want to make sure that your packages are weighed correctly, so you will need a little weight to weigh your packages so you can make sure that you are paying the right amount of money for your labels. So I get this little thing from Amazon, I believe. I'm going to look it up again and see exactly where I got it, and I'll link it below. But yes, you are going to need a little weight machine to weigh your packages. So next we have our vinyl paper, our printable vinyl, and our water slide. So there's been people who have been asking me what type of paper do I use to print my images on. So these are the two types that I personally use. This is what I like. These are what works best for me. So this is the Hayes Paper Co. water slide decal paper, and it's in clear. This is the paper that I use when I'm putting an image on a white tray or a light pink, light purple, light, you know, any type of light color. This is the paper that I use because it is transparent. The image will be transparent until you place it on the actual tray. So I only use this when I'm doing it on a light tray. And this is the Cricut brand printable sticker paper, printable vinyl. This is what I use to print my images on black trays, dark blue, dark red, dark, you know, anything dark. I use this paper because if I use the clear transfer paper, it's not going to show up on there because it's transparent. So we have this paper, which is the Cricut brand printable, and this brand, which is the water slide paper that I use. I will make a video showing how I use this paper and showing how to use water slide as well. Just, you know, make sure that you subscribe so you can be notified when those videos are posted as well. Okay, next on the list we have bubble mailers and poly mailers. You can find poly mailers anywhere. I get these simple poly mailers from Amazon. These are the ones with the sprinkles on it. I love them so much. It's so cute, and I just get like a really big box of them. I use these to mail off my smaller orders, less fragile orders. I put them in the poly mailers, and for my really small orders, I put them in these little bubble mailers. I want to get some bigger bubble mailers as well, but as for now, these are the small bubble mailers that I use to ship off maybe a necklace or a keychain or a simple lighter, you know, something that's small that doesn't require, you know, a big package. I use these small bubble mailers. Next, you can get these free fragile stickers. Like when you go to USPS.com, when you order your free boxes, you can get these free fragile stickers, and these are what I put on my boxes after I finish packaging up and I get ready to ship my orders off, I put the fragile sticker on just so they could be a little bit more careful, because these items are fragile and I don't want them to arrive to the customer damaged. So with supplies that you will probably need when you're making rolling trays are grinders and lighters. I get these mini torch lighters from from Dollar Tree. So these small torch lighters are by Scripto. These are the lighters that I use with my orders. I get these from Dollar Tree, and then I use these really cute grinders. I get them from my local wholesale shop. But like I said, I'm going to start wholesaling as well, so you guys will be able to find these different types of grinders that you want to use with your packaging, with your order sets, your rolling tray sets, and you'll be able to get these different grinders from me as well. Next, you're going to need business cards. Like, that's one of the most important things you're going to need, because when you ship your orders, you want your customers to get a business card and a thank you card. I get my business cards and my thank you cards printed through Uline. Why do I keep saying the wrong stuff over and over? I get them printed from U Printing. So I designed my images, my cards myself through Canva, and then I uploaded the image to uprinting.com and did the dimensions and all of that stuff, and I had them printed and they just shipped them to me. So these are the business cards and thank you cards that I have. This is what I use. I ship these in my orders. It just makes your orders look a little bit more professional, giving your customers a place and knowing where they can follow you. If they did not, everyone's not following you from Instagram. Everyone didn't find your website from Instagram. So, you know, you want to put down your social media handles and what you sell and what you do. And sometimes I leave my business cards around at places, because my business cards are the size of flyers. So I can leave mine on cars and everything to use as flyers. So these are what I use. These are so important to your business. To me it is. They travel with you. I take them with me everywhere I go. People ask me what I do, I hand them a card, period. Next, you're going to need molds if you are not going to have trays. So I get different molds from Etsy, from Amazon, eBay, all these different places that sell molds, because this is like for mini trays. This is a mini rolling tray mold. This is what I use to make my smaller ones, and this is the square mold that I use for my ashtrays. This is the ashtray mold, and this is how it looks when it comes out. So this is the way an ashtray would look once it comes out of this mold. It's so pretty. So I use these to make some of my handmade ashtrays as well. You can use those little circle bowls from Dollar Tree, but they break so easily. So that's why I'm not even telling y'all about getting those, because it's too much work with those little glass bowls. And then I got this mini tray. I'll use this when I bought this mold tray when the rolling trays had went out of stock. I don't really use it anymore. I may start back using it again when I start making more of my handmade designs. I may, you know, add this, but I do want to let people know about the handmade silicone rolling tray molds that you can use to use epoxy. I feel like epoxy, I feel like you spend more money making your own handmade trays than you do with the Dollar Tree trays, but you don't have an option if there's no trays in store. So you can get these as well from Etsy or Amazon as well. So the stars of the show are your rolling trays. So you're going to need trays, whether you're getting trays from different wholesale vendors or if you're getting them from Dollar Tree. Most people get them from Dollar Tree because they're $1. So this is the square one and this is the oval one. The oval ones seem to always be in stock. The squares are always out of stock. It's so hard to find these dang on trays. It's crazy. But like I said, TSPB Wholesale will be wholesaling trays. They ain't gonna be this one, but they will be rolling trays. There will be a rolling tray that you can buy wholesale. So you will need trays to make rolling trays. You will need ashtrays. You can get ashtrays off Walmart, Amazon. You can buy them wholesale. I get these ashtrays from Family Dollar. They're just really small, simple ashtrays. And yes, they're black, but guess what? Spray paint will change that. I literally spray paint these and seal them, and they're a different color. I don't care what color the ashtray is when I buy it. I'll buy whatever color ashtray they have in the store. I'm gonna spray paint it anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. And the last 3 things that you're gonna need are these little utensils. So this is a weeding tool. This tool is what I use to weed out the letters for my products. Not my products, my vinyl, when I do my lettering, which I'm gonna do another video for you guys. But this is the weeding tool that I use to weed off the lettering. This is my little squeegee scraper. The little squeegee scraper is what you're going to use to scrape on your image onto your tray in a smooth manner, so it won't have so many bubbles. A little scraper will help you so much. And this scraper actually comes with this transfer paper. So when you purchase this transfer paper, you're going to get one of these free squeegees. So if you get this, you will already have one of these for free. And then you're gonna need an Exacto knife. You can't do trays without Exacto knife in my book, because I use my Exacto knife for a lot of things. If I put an image on a tray and it's a little bit too big around the edge, I use my Exacto knife and I cut the image down. Very precisely, very slowly, very carefully. I cut my image with it. Or after I do my epoxy and I have drip overs, I use my Exacto knife to scrape off those edges to make it, seamless and nice. So I need my Exacto knife. I'm not sure if everybody else uses Exacto knives, but I do. Okay, you guys, so that is the end of this video. These are all of the things that I use, and this is all the things that you will possibly need to start a rolling tray business. I hope you guys find this video informative and you're able to purchase all of these things to start your business. Like I said before, you don't need everything right at the beginning, but you will need them eventually to run a successful rolling tray business. And if you don't know 100%, if you are sure that you want to start this business yet, then head over to my website, thestonersvault.com, and get you a starter kit. Try out a starter kit and see if you like it first. You may see it and not want to do it no more. Don't wait until you spend $400, $500 on all of these products and you think that you're gonna do the business and you say, man, I don't like it. Now you don't waste all your money. You can go right over to my website and get a starter kit, try one out for $45 and see if you like it or not. So make sure you try it out first with a starter kit, and then come and buy your stuff if you're not 100% sure. If you are 100% sure you're ready to start, go in the description box and click these links below and purchase your products today. But thank you guys for watching this video, and congratulations on everyone who wants to start their rolling tray business and on your new business endeavors. Welcome to the business, y'all. Welcome to the business. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Much power and much luck to you on your new businesses. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.